He goes, I think the guy here that works at the house, he's like, and they go, so how's your job in the chair? class of 1993. Esteemed members of the school board, Dr. Youngman, Mr. Schraber, Mr. Street, faculty, parents, relatives, friends, and most importantly, graduates, I welcome you. The class of 1993 is a special one. Through our 4 years, we have witnessed the completion of the Community Arts Building, the destruction caused by Hurricanes Andrew and Hugo, the falling of the Berlin Wall and the unification of Germany, the California earthquake, the cessation of communism in the former Soviet bloc, the conflict of Desert Storm, and the coming and going of presidents, superintendents, principals, assistant principals, secretaries, and friends. The members of this graduating class will attend colleges from coast to coast as they face their future with courage and pride. The class of 1993 has produced National Merit Scholars, All-State athletes, excellent performances in drama, debate, band, choir, forensics, and art at the state level, and a superior placement in this year's academic games. I would like to thank everyone who has supported and helped us to reach our goal, which we are here to celebrate today. Today is the day we begin to walk the path of our future, the path that will lead us wherever our journey takes us. I wish every graduate here today the best of luck in whichever path he or she may choose. Tomorrow is yours to conquer. Make the future better for us all. Congratulations to the class of 1993. Please rise and join in singing the national anthem played by Weston High School Band and directed by Mr. William Jansen. President of the Student Council for the 1992-93 school year.
Thank you, Tony. The first part of our class motto is today is ours to remember. On this happy occasion of commencement of the class of 1993, we want to remember the significant people and events that have brought us here today. Today, we remember with love our families, our parents, brothers and sisters, grandparents, aunts and uncles, all who have faithfully supported us. Today, we remember with joy our classmates, our good friends and good times of our school career. Today, we remember with thankfulness the teachers, administrators, and staff who have prepared us for this day. Today, we remember with respect our community and country, where liberty and justice and education are available to all. At this time, we ask for your participation in a moment of silence to contemplate these cherished memories. Thank you. Now, Ms. Rachel Miller, Secretary of the class of 1993, will share a reading on friendship by Cicero.
Thank you. To begin with, how can life be worth living unless it rests in the love of friends for one another? What is sweeter than to have someone who you can tell everything to, like a second self? How could you really enjoy prosperity unless you had someone to share your rejoicing? Adversity, too, it would be harder to bear without a friend to regret it more than yourself. In a word, other blessings which men or women desire have advantages suited to special needs. Riches bring chances of spending. Influence brings popularity. Holding offices brings reputation. Pleasures bring joy. And health brings freedom from pain and bodily activity. Friendship holds many gifts. Wherever you turn, friendship is with you, never cut off from you, never out of place, and never tiresome. And as we stand in no greater need, even of water and fire, as the saying is, than of friendship. I am speaking not of ordinary, common friendship, but of that perfect friendship between men and women, like the few that I have mentioned. For friendship makes happiness brighter and sorrow lighter by sharing it and rejoicing in it. We share everything, home, food, battles, and studies. How can I tell you adequately of our studies together? We were always anxious to learn and know. When we were removed from the public eye, we spent all our leisure time together. So why must it end? Among all gifts that fortune and nature has given us, we have nothing to compare with friendship. Thank you.
Mr. Dillon will now introduce the honor students.
It is with pleasure and I consider it a privilege to meet with these students receiving honors. Congratulate parents as a source of inspiration and motivation, and students for their first graduation. As I read each group, we might prepare and the students to stand and remain standing until we finish with that particular group. Receiving honors as defined by having a graduating average of 3.4 to 3.599. Jennifer Sylvester. Wender Medford. Rebecca DeForest. Joshua Davis. Cheryl Sweezy. Jennifer Phillips. Margaret Paola. Wayne Anderson. Abigail Getty. And Janelle Barlow. These, ladies and gentlemen, are the students graduating with honors. Students graduating with high honors are defined by an average of 3.6 to 3.799. Janelle Farmer. Stephanie Randolph. Brian Boyer. Andrea Crossway. Robin Kaiser. Annette Carter. Elaine Tingley. Kevin Brigham. Deborah Hunsinger. Tyson King. Rebecca Charan. And Dawn Curtis. These are the students graduating with high honors. Graduating with highest honors, as defined by a grade point average of 3.8 to 4-0. Jeff Roush. Jeff Cottrell. Casey Fatchen. Elizabeth Fields. Jennifer Kilgore. Dan Bickle. Christina Bailey. Jeff Draper. Todd Tippins. Chris Anderson. Jennifer Strandberg. Nathan Zaley. Angie Asbury. Mary Mullins. Kathy Reese. And Sarah Crampton. These are the students graduating with highest honors.
The 1993 commencement speaker is no stranger to the West Lake School District. He graduated in 1969 from Western High School, and then went on to college at Central Michigan and received a bachelor's degree in education in 1973, and returned to the district in 1974. He currently teaches history to eager young minds in the high school. He can be seen hanging around the gym in the fall, coaching the girls' varsity basketball team onto victory, as he has done for the past 12 years. He is not only a teacher, but a friend and father. His daughter Jill is a graduate today. It's a great honor to introduce Mr. John Rogers.
Over the 19 years of teaching, I've been invited to quite a few graduation parties. I must say that this year, the graduation open house that's going on in the parking lot right now is the best one I've ever seen. There are moments in a person's life that emotions seem to come right back to you if you think about it. And graduating from Western High in 1969 was one of those things. As I left the gym, because we graduated the gym then, it seemed as though it hit me that all that talk about responsibility, they really meant. And to the people who are on stage now, you're about to make a similar walk, I congratulate you and welcome you to the alumni of Western High School. We are very proud of our school, we're very proud of the community support. And in fact, what I'd like to do right now is ask all of you who have graduated from Western High School, or Parma, or Spring Arbor, to please stand. Please. If you would notice, a fair amount of our staff are alums, and we're very proud of you of our school. And we look forward to your support to graduates this year, no matter what part of the world you do and have. Let me begin with apologies to my father and all Republicans everywhere by starting with this quote: "The only thing we have to fear is fear itself." Franklin Roosevelt spoke those words in 1933 to a nation experiencing the great depths of the Great Depression. Some of you lived through that time period, and most of us have heard you tell us stories about that time period. The atmosphere he spoke of included 25% unemployment, groups of wandering homeless, loss of family farms, unrest in Europe, growth of an economic military power in Japan, rise of dictators throughout the globe, and apparent lowering of moral standards in society. 60 years later, we still have plenty of reasons to be afraid. Many of the fears from the 1930s are still with us, with different names. All you have to do is watch the evening news or those classic television shows, hard copy, current affair, to make you wonder where the direction of society is headed. We fear a drug culture that seems to be destroying our nation from within. Some of us carry small cans of mace on our key rings, and now we're told before we go into our car in the parking lot, we should look underneath it for potential attacker. But in June of 1993, do we really lay awake nights worrying about Bosnia, Branch Davidians, and other global problems? Probably not. The fears we parents, teachers, relatives are experiencing are probably much more personal and probably have a lot to do with seniors that are seated behind them. We parents know all about the cold, cruel world that our children are entering, and amid the joy of graduation, we worry for their welfare. We ask ourselves, do we do a good job as parents? What have we made important to them? Did we set a good example? Did we make learning important? Have we instilled the desire to achieve goals, continue on when life becomes difficult? Will they have the moral fiber to be quality leaders of the next generation? Generation that will be paying my Social Security benefits. We are told to be afraid that our students are not as good as other nations. We must make strides to improve education, rewrite curriculum, test the students at every turn. All of this is important. We do need to know the value of our instruction, but no improvement will be made unless it becomes important for the student to learn. The state of Michigan and individual school districts cannot substitute for parents in this area. The desire to learn must begin at home. State tests may increase temporarily the level of concern, but will that level be maintained throughout the entire year? That's done by the parents. Be it one Murphy Brown or two Dan Quayle, state-mandated meat tests and super tests cannot replace human factor. Education is decidedly a human adventure. The major reason I enjoy teaching so much. As a parent of one of today's graduates, I share that mix of pride and apprehension. Being a teenager is difficult. Parenting a teenager is equally difficult. We parents and teachers won't know for years how successful we were. Now for the good news. For we parents who have struggled through these teen years, I'm told our intelligence level is about to go up. To quote Mark Twain, when I was a boy at 14, my father was so ignorant, I could hardly stand to have the old man around. When I got to be 21, I was astonished at how much he'd learned in 7 years. Well, how about our seniors? Do they have fears on their graduation day? We know that most of them are hoping to get this thing over with so they can move on. Most will go on to some form of higher education or training. The fear of the unknown causes apprehension. Again, more good news. A great share of these seniors have been very successful in high school. Many are well prepared for life's battles. They will undoubtedly succeed. We see their skills in the classroom. We are amazed by their abilities in public performances, on stages, or in athletic venues. We can't promise an easy life, but we hope we've provided them with the skills to take on the challenges. Finally, to all the seniors and to all of us, listen to Franklin Roosevelt's entire statement on fear. Let me assert my firm belief that the only thing we have to fear is fear itself. Nameless, unreasoning, unjustified terror which paralyzes needed effort to convert retreat into advance. This world is a dangerous place. We have many problems at all levels. But is the glass half empty or half full? This can be a world of fear, distrust, with each graduating class adding to our problems. Or this can be a world of opportunity, with mountains of adventures to be taken on. Don't let life's burden beat you down. You may not solve all the world's problems, but you can certainly begin at the individual level. Don't let the fear of the unknown paralyze you. Set out on life's journey with vigor and determination to make a difference and convert retreat into advance. Seniors, thank you for the invitation to speak on your special day. It's been a great pleasure being part of your life. Thank you.
Now it first of our student speakers. Each of these speakers went through an application process of writing a speech and presenting it to a review committee. The committee then selected these 4 finalists to share with us their thoughts and ideas. Our first speaker is Ms. Stephanie Randolph.
What is a friend? Over the past 13 years, our definition of this word has changed tremendously. We began our never-ending quest of making new friends on September 1st, 1980. Our moms pushed us out the door saying, "Have fun, make new friends." Now how are we supposed to know how to do that? Before kindergarten, our friends consisted of the kids our parents called our friends, usually the children of their friends. Suddenly, not only did we have the pressure of starting school, but now we had to figure out how to make friends. I was lucky enough to have 8 classmates who were from my neighborhood, so meeting my class wasn't too difficult. Over the course of the year, I figured out what a friend was. It was the person who shared his Crayola crayons from home, so I didn't have to use the 2-handed wax monsters with school supplies. My friends were the ones I held hands with during our movies, and the ones who carried my life-size show and tell dolls to school while I skipped along beside them empty-handed. But if these descriptions weren't clear enough, I could always pick out who my friends were by seeing who Mrs. Clanton seated furthest away from me. September 1st, 1986 brought about a whole new meaning for the word friends. For the previous 6 years, we had gone to school with the same students and basically kept the same friends. Now we were moved to a different school with what seemed to be 300 new classmates. After the excitement of finding our classrooms, we all scurried to get seats close to familiar faces. Our best friends from elementary school were now only a few of the faces in the crowded hallways. My friends were now the people who wore cool clothes, talked to older students, and had 6 of my 7 classes. We talked on the phone all the time. It didn't matter what we talked about. Sometimes it was homework, or our new boy or girlfriends, usually different every day, or weekend plans. But most of the time it was about other people. We promised not to say anything, but somehow that other person always found out. We chose the friends we had the most fun with, whatever we were doing. On August 31st, 1989, we started high school. I had almost no classes with any of my past friends, and to make matters worse, my best friend moved away. So I had to start all over. Even if I wanted to avoid new friends, there were some that I got along with so well, it was impossible not to become attached. Although in high school, my circle of friends has changed many times, my best friends have remained constant. They were the ones who grew through all of the same situations at the same time as me. They are the ones who listened to me when I needed it and had 24-hour arms always open for comfort. Even today, we talk about everything and share the best times as well as the worst times. But most importantly, no matter how many times we yell and scream at each other, we always each other. I think my present definition is the best I've ever had. A friend is understanding, caring, good-humored, and most of all, loving. Over the past 13 years, we've had more friends than even Mr. Rice can count, and I hope we stay friends forever. And so, my friends, I would like to take this time opportunity to say, today is our 3 months. Tomorrow is Christmas. Thank you.
To answer Mr. Rogers' question, the glass is either half empty nor half full. The glass is too big. I recently sat near a window at my house and watched the fledgling robins squeeze out from beneath the its mother's wings and flapped its wings for the very first time. I sat watching that robin and realized how similar our two journeys were. Like that young robin who was about to test all the knowledge that it had learned, and I have learned many. Like that young robin, we are about to test all the knowledge that we have learned. For example, I have learned many things. Shakespeare is considered the greatest writer in the history of the English language only because he did not have to follow any rules about language or grammar. I've learned that I did well, not I did good. I have learned the Dewey Decimal System is not named after Mr. Doolan. And this is one that still perplexes me, if you take a number that doesn't exist, you times it by another number that doesn't exist, you get a number that does exist. These and far too many other lessons to be mentioned here. These people have helped me achieve this knowledge. And I don't mean just the faculty or the seniors sitting before you. There are many other teachers out there amongst you today, and many others who were unable to be here. And to these people who have taught me these lessons, I bestow upon you the highest honor I can give you, that of friend. Why friend, you may ask? Well, they say that friendship is largely a matter of putting up with one another's peculiarities. Needless to say, I've met some rather peculiar people at Western. As a matter of fact, some of them downright outlandish. But their deviance has not taken away from the value of the lessons they have taught me. If anything, their diversity has made their very messages all the more valuable. What have they taught me, you may ask? Well, I think it could all be summed up in this quote. The ultimate in wisdom is to live in the present, plan for the future, and profit from the past. In other words, they have taught me how to examine my past and how not to repeat past failures. They have taught me how the future is written in the past for those who have the skill to read. But most importantly, they have taught me to seize the day. Carpe diem. Like that young bird, we must make the choice to leap into the great unknown and soar to new heights where we might look down upon the world and realize its beauty for the first time. You see, there's no time like the present because that's the only time there is. All of our experiences happen in the present, not in the past, not in the future, but now. We only have the now, and we don't know how long that will last. Carpe diem, my fellow graduates. Even though our separate flights may carry us far from one another, let us not forget the nest from which we came, lest we forget the ones we met there, for it is there, and with them, that our hearts reside. Thank you.
Now this is it, the future. Future can be defined as the abstract realm of time to be. Future is the present, which has yet to happen. The reason we get so excited about it is because of the elements of adventure and uncertainty which it evokes. But what we fail to realize, and what we too often forget, is that right now is the future. Even as I speak, we are living out the plans of our long-awaited graduation. Our class has been counting the weeks and the days until today's events occurred. We've waited with restless anticipation for this, our ceremony on June 6, 1993. And although time will never slow down to allow us to prolong and enjoy the moment, we must. The feelings of nervousness and nostalgia are what makes this day memorable. But soon, they too will be a part of our lengthening past. With every passing hour and every new day, our future is shortened. Never again will we have as much time to fulfill our dreams as now. So let's make the excitement and motivation of today pay off tomorrow. The ultimate tragedy, however, is to be perpetually living in the future. This is beyond a dream. This is placing your destiny in the hands of unknown circumstances. Let us remember that as time changes, we should change time. This is exactly what we must do to plan our lives in order to achieve the balance between purpose and faith. Future is the abstract realm of time to be your vision of success. If there's anything else I can say, any personal advice I would offer on the future, it would be to remember that no one can do everything by himself or herself, and that surrounding yourself with good friends is one of the ways to ensure true happiness. I want to tell my friends, and those with whom I have been acquainted these past 4 years, that you have each brought something new and special into my life, and that I can only hope I've given something back. Our similarities brought us together, and our differences caused each of us to step back and look at life in a new light, and therefore grow as a result. And now, as we all prepare to face the future, my prayer for the class of 1993 is that throughout the rest of our lives, we all find good friends. Friends like the ones we made at Western. Good luck to my fellow graduates. Our futures shine with promise. Let us approach the unknown with confidence and strength of purpose. Go out and change time. And now our last student speaker is Andrew Crossley.
Today we salute our friends, our teachers, our family, and of course, those dear and special friends. It was this year at Western that I was fortunate enough to find a true best friend, a special person to stick by me through thick and through thin. It was also this year that for the first time in my life, I met someone who fulfilled my expectations as a hero. It comes to no surprise that my best friend and my hero are the same person. It was my best friend who taught me to love without judging and to give without receiving. It was my hero who taught me to never be defeated and always welcome the challenge of adventure. For that, my friends, is where true knowledge comes from. Students weren't the only friends I found here at WHS. I never had to go farther than the classroom to find a friend. If for some reason a student wasn't around to be late there, a teacher was always there to lend an ear. At times, Mrs. Mears's room was so crowded with students and their problems or interesting stories, she would take a number just to get a word in. Also this year, amazingly enough, I learned that friends do not have to be your own age. Somehow, my grandparents and I bridged the generation gap and became good friends. It's true when they say that children and grandparents are natural allies. But maybe best of all, I learned that no matter how big or how old I get, I will never stop needing my parents. It didn't matter what time it was, my mom was always there to lend an ear. And it didn't matter what the problem was or how big it seemed at the time, it was never too big to be overpowered by one of my father's hugs. I know that I will never have to look farther away than home to find a true friend. The most important concept I've learned from my high school years was explaining boxing with Muhammad Ali, and it is a lesson I share with you today as we, the class of 1993, become adults. Friendship is the hardest thing in the world to explain. It's not something you learn in school. But if you haven't learned the meaning of friendship, you really haven't learned anything at all.
Jennifer Sylvester, the treasurer of the class of 1993, present the class gift to Mr. Trimmer. It seems like just yesterday that we were all entering our kindergarten classes and learning how to recite our ABCs and spell our names. It is hard to believe that we finally made it. Before we go, I would like to present a gift from the class of 1993 to Western High School. We decided that we wanted to be different. We chose to give you an acoustic wave machine.
This is a cassette sound system that will make the Star Spangled Banner sound wonderful at the athletic games. It will also benefit the gymnasts and cheerleaders so that their floor routines may be heard. It will be there for every organization we need. We just wanted to give the school that holds our childhood memories something that they will use and enjoy. The experiences we had in this high school are experiences we will never forget. Please accept this gift. As a token of respect.
On behalf of the students and staff of Western High School, we gratefully recognize, receive, and appreciate your thoughtful gift that will enhance and encourage and support our many student activities. Thank you for your generosity and for your caring.
We will now be treated with a special music selection from the Western High School Band. It will be directed by Senior Student Director, Mr. Dan Bickle. Western School District, who has provided a fine example of superior leadership for our class, Dr. Fred Young.
Good afternoon. It is indeed my privilege to be with you here today for this celebration of life and success of the students seated on this stage before you. We celebrate today a rite of passage from youth and childhood to adulthood. We celebrate the knowledge of the past that these students have learned over their 13 years of school. We celebrate the skills that they will use to build a better tomorrow. And we celebrate the positive attitudes that they will use and employ to strive for the best in their future lives. The opportunities await them to demonstrate these in their life, their families, and in their work. As superintendent of schools and representative of the Board of Education, it is indeed my privilege to recognize these students and this community, for these students have demonstrated hard work and dedication in their years of education at Western. I also want to take this opportunity to say thank you to the families for their support and their motivation of these students throughout these many, many years. On a broader base, I want to say thank you to this community, for it is your support and commitment to education that makes these students what they are today. And finally, and not with less significance, I turn to our faculty and staff for their commitment and dedication to the goals of education. You see, we are all in this together, because if one portion is missing, we all fail together. We are all proud of the finished product that sits on this stage in front of you today, a product of the Western School District. We celebrate. I have some comments that I would like to make for these students. But first, I'm going to ask your cooperation. First of all, I would like all of the parents of students who are graduating today to please rise. Secondly, I would ask that the faculty and support staff of the Western School District please rise. Third, I would ask any other family members, please join mom and dad in standing in the audience today. And finally, if there just happens to be anybody that's not on their feet, if you are a member of the Western School District community, I would like for you to please stand as well. Now, as these students look at this gathering before us, we are about to embark on a new journey. This is commencement, 1993. For today, it is a rite of passage, a celebration of that rite as these students walk across this stage. They leave behind childhood and their school, and they join the ranks of the community as adults with responsibility and a commitment for the future. You, the class of 1993, join that community, and I challenge you to be as committed and dedicated as they have been towards you. Be committed and dedicated to those who follow you. Today is your celebration. Celebrate yourself, for this is a special day, one that belongs to only you. A day for thinking back on all that has led up to this day, and for looking ahead to all the good times yet to come. And somewhere between those old memories and those new hopes lies a special moment. A moment for being glad that you are you, and that there's no one else quite like you. After all, you're the reason today is a special day. So celebrate yourself. And I wish you Godspeed to each and every one of you in your future. Thank you.
district, and especially to me. He has been principal for the past 2 years and has helped pass through many policies that help benefit all Western High School students and staff. I'm proud to introduce my dad, Mr. Floyd Smith.
Members of the Board of Education, Dr. Yonkman, Superintendent, Mr. Terry Street, our new assistant principal, and my good personal friend, beloved faculty, class advisor, Mr. Pat Short, Mr. Dean Nicolai, students, and witnesses and guests of our celebration. It is indeed my very special privilege and honor to be able to introduce to you our wonderful graduating class of 1993. This class has met all the challenges of the staff and of today's society, the demands that have been placed upon it. Western High School holds a proud tradition of academic excellence and high academic achievement, and this class, by far, has set a new level of achievement in numbers and in percent of achievement. 156 strong, 7 received commendation in national merit semifinals. 4 went on to become finalists in national merit competition. This is extremely remarkable when most schools try hard to have 1, and I consider themselves lucky. We have 4 and are very fortunate. 32 members of this class have received the Presidential Academic Fitness Award. 24 earned all A's and B's during their 7 semesters at Western High School. 45 were qualifiers for the State of Michigan competitive scholarship exam. 64 individuals received scholarships and grants. For the first year, totaling $118,160. And if all 4 years are applied, $336,000. Locally, to Jackson Community College, over $20,000 to this school for over 8 students, and Spring Arbor College in grants and scholarships over $33,500. Our students will be receiving awards and recognitions and attending the following colleges: Spring Arbor College, Jackson Community College, Michigan State University, the University of Michigan, Michigan Tech, Ohio Northern, Central Michigan University, Western Michigan University, Adrian College, Calvin, Hope, University of Toledo, Grand Rapids Baptist, Kellogg Community College, Lansing Community College, Eastern Michigan University, Siena Heights, Indiana Wesleyan University, Anderson University, Westmont Colleges, and more. Our students will be leaving here and joining the ranks of the world. Besides academic achievement, 28 of these individuals participated in at least 1 sport, 27 in 2 sports, and 9 in 3 sports. 74 awards for academic achievement, all conference, academic, and sports were given to this class. This class received awards in gymnastics, wrestling, and soccer. They distinguished themselves as athletes and scholars, and ladies and gentlemen, on the floor in tournament play in golf, cross country, softball, and basketball. 43% will be going on to 4-year colleges. 36% will be going to 2-year colleges and then on to 4-year colleges. 6% will be going on to vocational training, and 5% will be going on to the military. They have achieved high success at Jackson Community College academic games, earning victories in English and social studies. These students have come from across the state of Michigan and from the nation, and several have attended schools in other countries. Now they will all graduate as Panthers from Western High School. You heard today the quality and the addition the seniors made to our band. They also did the same for our fine choir. They opened their hearts and their homes to 4 exchange students, one from Japan, France, Germany, and Spain, under the leadership of Mrs. Marks and the EF Foundation. They provide leadership in student council activities, providing more activities and games, including a great activity of face painting and games. Seniors led the way through these activities, giving leadership and spirit. The National Honor Society, who became the area's first homework hotline, receiving over 30,000 phone calls of questions in 4 months of operation. Through the blood drive, they earned and knew of the pain of true giving of yourself, and they provide student tutors. They participated in the area festivals, including the Spanish festivals. By far, this class has exceeded all of the academic achievements of any other class that has gone through this school. They even had the greatest class prank that they didn't even know they pulled. On Thursday, May 27, 1993, was the last official day for our seniors. After all of them left the building, I went to exit the building and realized my vehicle was gone. I could only wonder where they had put it. Come to find out, my daughter borrowed it. The greatest achievement of this class is the acceptance of each other and their willingness to cooperate and to learn from our dedicated staff. In closing, I'd like to share with you a quote on attitude, because this class by far has exceeded in their attitude. It was written by Charles Swindoll. The longer I live, the more I realize the impact of attitude on life. Attitude to me is more important than facts, than money, than circumstances, than failures, than successes, than what other people think or do. Attitude is more important than appearance, giftedness, or skill. It will make or break a company, a church, a school, or a home. The remarkable thing is that we have a choice every day regarding the attitude that we will embrace for that day. We cannot change our past. We cannot change the fact that people will act in a certain way. We cannot change inevitable. The only thing that we can do is to play on the one string that we have, and that is our attitude. I am convinced that life is 10% what happens to me and 90% on how I react to it. And so it is with you. We are in charge of our attitudes. I wish each member of the class of 1993 the happiness of your dreams fulfilled, the love of a true and trusting friend. God bless you. At this time, I'd like to introduce the members of the Board of Education, if they would please rise. They'll be presenting the diplomas to the graduates. Mr. Ken Beardsley, President of the Board. Vice President. Mr. Sharon Bevan, Secretary. Mr. Kenneth Fish, Treasurer. Mrs. Lillian Fields, Trustee. Mrs. Shirley Larson, Trustee. John Chris, Trustee. As principal of Western High School, I certify to those witnesses here today at Jackson Community College Potter Center that the about-to-be-named students have been scheduled to earn the degree of high school graduate from the finest high school in the state of Michigan, Western High School, with all the rights, honors, and privileges accorded thereon. The first student receiving their diploma is president of the class of 1993, who will be in charge of presenting the class, Angela Dawn Asbury. presentation, Elizabeth Ann Fields. Jennifer K. Strandberg. For the first row, please rise. Angie, please present the class of 1993.
Andrea Jo Crossley. Elaine Reed Hamer. Mary Jean Long. Bo James Taylor. Francisca Schwarzkopf. Jennifer Ann Sylvester. Cheryl Lynn Sweezy. Lori Ann Norris. Angela Renee Rowley. Jason Aaron Simon. Christina Marie Hayward. Alex Douglas Huda. Mindy Sue Clark. Kim Brian Moyer. Deborah Nicole Hunsinger. Christopher Paul Banchik. Elizabeth Ann Gottschalk. Stephanie Lynn Randolph. Daniel Philip Bickle.
Rachel Elaine Miller.
Kevin Philip Brigham.
Abigail Marie Gadsby. Mark Edward Potts. Christine Michelle Davidson. Jeffrey Dean Roush.
Lori Ann Stedman.
Joshua Ray Davis. Gregory Michael Van Halbert.
Rebecca Lynn Hurd.
Kevin Douglas Van Horn. Jennifer Lynn Phillips.
John Douglas File.
Tiffany Elizabeth Satterelli. Jason Daniel Bradley.
Brandon Lee Bristow.
Robert Bruce Buchanan III. Carrie Sue Peters.
Janelle Marie Farmer.
Dean Bernland Potters. Sarah Lynn Crampton.
Todd Joseph Tippins.
Jennifer Ann Kilgore. Jeffrey Edmund Draper. Annette Michelle Hardin.
Sean Marcus Reardon.
Amanda Bernadette Powers. Tyson Paul King.
Anthony D. Grady.
Jessica Ann Burdick. Sean David Carrington.
Mandy Ann Lynch.
Benjamin David Racer. Nicole Lynn Miller.
Wayne Allen Anderson.
Rebecca Ann DeForest. Scott Lamar Colmer.
Sarah Lynn Shear.
Robert Joseph Webb. Margaret Rose Paola.
Kathy Sue Reese.
Sarah Elizabeth Salisbury. Christine Lorraine Morrison. Nathan Hale Zaylor. Melissa K. Smith. Michael James Schlutterer.
Rebecca Jean Jurian.
David Cottrell. Robert James Spronsky. Laura Christine Vieta. Mitchell John Kyle. Rebecca Ann Strauss. Ryan Matthew Morton. Robin K. Jones. David Oren Henley. Jennifer Louise Martin. Christine Ann Lewis. Amy Sue Cloud. Heather Lynn Wilkinson. Jennifer Kathleen Bolton. Shelley Lynn Minnick. Gary Animal. Amy Lynn Mitchell. Joseph Lane Conley. Kelly and Steve. Stephen Blaine Ross. Ginger Danielle Paget. Donald Charles Donahue. Deborah Lee Hare. Jill Marie Rogers. Michelle Lee Marshall. Joshua John Van Bergen. Kimmel Marie Burton. Christopher Dwayne Bannon. Jennifer Nicole Green. Jeremy Robert Harbaugh. Amity Lee Weimer. Laura Ruth Myers. Amanda Jean Begg. Michelle Hernandez. Gary Thomas Good II. Andrea Denise Key. Robert John Heiser. Aya Ahui. Troy David Lazarus. Jennifer Lynn McCown. Daryl Vern Hinder. Scott Lee Benson. Virginia Lee Hodges. Karen Marie Esselbrink. Dawn Marie Curtis. Kristen Lee Sabota. Carrie Lynn Petty. Sean DeMartin Starks.
Heather Ann Johnson. America Dana Whaler. Chad Tyler Vincent. Randy Harper. Shannon Ray Singer. Aaron Michael Sally. Sarah Beth Bischoff. Sophie Jeanette Pages. Newton Kudakoy Jackson. Angela Michelle Torito. Michael Paul Hopper. Wenda Joelle Mefford. Devin Edward Morris. Stephen Aaron Beals. Herbert Lawrence Mirka. Jason Lee McConnell. Trisha Lynn Herrera. Jason Robert Olney. Jennifer G. Quigley. Scott Vincent. Kimberly Faith Stanton. Jason Michael Bycraft. William Rice.
Taryn Constance Berry.
Jonathan Edward Reardon. Angela Jean Ahmed.
Jenny Rebecca Sweeter.
Albert Glenn Sweeter. David Allen Lupo.
Benjamin Franklin Hewitt Jr. Christopher Gerard Abram.
Scott Allen Shaw.
Please rise. Congratulations. Please turn your tassels. Congratulations and welcome as the newest alumni of Western High School. We would like to remind the parents and grandparents that after this ceremony, the Board of Education is providing a reception in the cafeteria. You're welcome to attend while the students are getting their actual diplomas.
Now, we have a very special original song entitled You Have Stood the Test of Time, which was composed and arranged for this occasion by our fellow classmate, Ms. Annette Carter. It will now be performed by several selected singers.
Mr. Lane Tingley, Vice President of the Class of 1993, will now give a reading on friendship by Sister.
Among all the great blessings of friendship, the one which certainly excels all others is the fair light of hope which it throws forward. Suffering men's courage, neither to weaken nor fail. For it is true that when you look at your friend, you seem to look at a kind likeness to yourself. Therefore, the absent is pleasant, the needy become rich, the weak gain strength, and in manner of making the dead live. So great is the honor to remember that you love your friend who is counting from. So let this be the first sacred law of friendship, that we only ask of our friends, that we only do for our friends that which is honorable. And let us not even wait till we are asked. Let us always be ready to help without a moment's hesitation. But let us have the courage to offer advice freely. In friendship, friends should have great weight and influence. Every occasion made, this influence should be summoned to give counsel which is severe, as well as candid. And when it is summoned, it should be obeyed. In youth, I would ask to believe that there is nothing of greater value than friendship, except only nobility of character, and without that, there can be no true friendship. Thank you. The second part of our class motto is tomorrow is ours to conquer. The challenges we will face and conquer in all our tomorrows are numerous and varied. Tomorrow, some of us will move on to the academic challenges of college. Tomorrow, some of us will enter the world of employment and career. Tomorrow, some of us will begin to serve our country in the military services. Tomorrow will not be conquered by those graduates with academic knowledge alone, but by those who also acquire life's wisdom, to practice justice, to extend mercy, and to walk humbly into a life of service to humankind. Please join us now as we observe a moment of silence to contemplate the aspirations and challenges of the future the class of 1993 will face and conquer. Thank you. In closing, the class of 1993 would again like to thank all of our family and friends who have shared with us in the celebration of this graduation ceremony. Please remain seated during the recessional. Will the class of 1993 please rise?